Hello all, it's James Johnson, aka Sulfurblade, and I am back here with Super Mega Baseball and Game 8 of our first season inside of Super Mega Baseball 2. I did not get a chance to alter this particular team to make it more, I don't know, interesting or less interesting. So it's going to be whatever it was predetermined to be by the computer, which is fine because that can be interesting in and of itself. So with that being said, let's jump in to the Brewers versus the Stalkers. Lineup is, well, actually, let's check the lineup quick. So Robin Yount does need to come out. And we will put in Mark Felder, I believe. I think Felder is our fielder. So, yes, confirm. And Surhoff, for whatever reason, seems to be a bit on the tired side. So who do we have? Bill Schroeder, right? He's our backup catcher. All right. So we're gonna roll with Bill Schroeder and Mark Felder in for Robin Yount. And we're at the Motor Yard, so this should be a home game, which is cool. I want to call it Milwaukee County Stadium, but sadly it's the Milwaukee County Motor Yard, I suppose. How about that? There we go. And it looks like a pretty healthy crowd has come to watch these two teams face off. Tugger D. Orange will be up to bats first.
Number 28, the center field.
And pitching to him, we have Mark Clear. No! That's not a good way to start off the thing. And look at that rocket of an arm. Thrown to first base, because that's the only place we know where to throw. And it's Chewy Caboose. Chewy Caboose does kind of look like Chewy, in a way. Not gonna lie. That's right. Don't hug the plate, or you might get hit. A bunt. He's out. And now Jody Burr, the catcher, is up to the plate. She watched that one go for a strike. How about a little high and inside? Strike three. She's out of there! All right, the third baseman is up to the plate. It's Quick Floral.
Inside. Inside.
What? All right, how about... Oh, we got him swinging. Mark Clear with 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Gotta like that. All right, due up this inning will be Paul Molitor, Dale Swaim.
Now batting, number 4, the first baseman.
Paul Molitor's now at the plate. The first one goes over the plate, strike 1. A little high. 1-1. Low, ball 2. Ball 3, 1-3. 2-3, we got a full count now. Oh, and Molitor was really early on that swing. Yeah. Now Dale Swaim's up to the plate. That's ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. And the batter is walked. Dale Swaim gets a free ride to first base. And that brings up Mike Felder.
The center fielder.
Ball 1. 1-1. The pitcher finally throws a strike. Strike 2. Okay, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Felder hits that one to the first baseman. That's another out.
Number 45.
The Rob Deer is now at the plate with runners on first and 2 outs. Right over the plate, strike 1. Strike 2. Oh, Rob Deer went after a high one, and he's caught out. Stranding 1 after 1. It's the Brewers 0 and the S people 0.
Now batting, number 59, the left fielder.
All right, the left fielder, Saffron Red-Ear, is up to the plate. She looks a little tense. She heard our pitcher's on fire, evidently. And she swings wildly at that one. Makes no connection. Whoa, pick that up, Mark. And out. He barely recovered. That could have been a horrible error for him. But he did manage to finally track down the ball in time to make the play at first. Oh, that one's high. It's going. It's got legs. It's got legs. Is it gonna? No, it doesn't. Glenn Braggs is there to make the catch. 2 outs. And Everett Harsh Winter is up to the plate.
Too high.
Okay, ball 1. Everett Harsh Winter hits that to Gantner, who easily makes the play at first. 3 up, 3 down at the top of the second. Still Brewers 0. S people 0. So I hear that the Super Mega Combo is good. So if you're in the need for a Super Mega Combo, it's on sale at the commissary right now. All right, that's ball 1. 1-1. And that one's fouled away. Another foul away. Who's at the plate? I haven't even said. I don't know. I don't have time to figure out what's going on, but whoever it is has hit it high, and I think Brock is going to be caught out. Was it Brock? Yeah, it was Brock, because Braggs is at the plate, so it must have been Brock. And Glenn Braggs watches the first one go for a ball. And the second one right over the plate, 1-1. Low. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-2. All right. Braggs fouls that one away. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. And Braggs is walked. That brings up Jim Gantner.
The second baseman.
Jim Gantner has a man out first and 1 out. And watches the first pitch go low into the dirt. Ball 1. Well outside. Ball 2. That pitcher is struggling. Inside. Ball 3. 0-3 is the count. 1-3. Barely got the plate on that. It's now a full count. And Gantner fouls that away to stay in this. Gantner fouls that one away. So we still got a full count. Well inside. Gantner's walked. 2 walks in a row now. And Bill Schroeder is at the plate for his first time this year. I think. Okay, the first pitch goes for a strike. Second pitch goes for a strike. And that one's fouled away. Uh-oh. What we got going on here? No! Runners advanced to second and third, but the runner was caught out at first. And we have somebody at the plate. I think it's the pitcher, Mark Clear. It is, yes. And he watches ball 1. And ball 2 to the pitcher. 1 strike and 2 balls for Mark Clear. 2-2 for Mark Clear. It's a full count for Mark Clear. Oh, Mark Clear probably shouldn't have swung at that as that was going real high. It's still a full count. Mark Clear! Look at this! Look at this! Clear is... Go! 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 Mark Clear bats in 2 to put the Brewers in the lead 2-0. And Paul Molitor at the plate. Ball 1. So the Brewers getting 2 runs off of their pitcher. The Brewers have had problems scoring runs, but it seems that maybe they just need to put the pitchers in to bat more often. Alright, strike 1. And Molitor's been walked. Indeed, this pitcher is definitely suffering out there. He seems to not be able to throw it over the plate very often. Almost hitting Swaim on that one. Ball 1. Well outside. Ball 2. We got a strike on that one. Those are kind of rare these days. Whoa, well, Swaim has been hit. Wow, this pitcher can't hit the broadside. Well, he can hit the broadside of a Dale Swaim, but probably couldn't hit a barn. I think the bases are loaded. Well outside. I don't even know what that pitch was. And that one's right over the plate. And this guy's all over the place. 2 strikes now. He's actually ahead in the count. But that was well inside, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one's hit hard to the right field, and the right fielder could not make the play. People standing around not doing anything. Runner trying to score, and the runner scores. He's safe. Brewers are up 4-0. Wow. I couldn't believe all the base people were just standing around not doing anything. And then a late call from the third base umpire to send the runner going to home almost caused an out, but it was a squeaker. The Brewers did get another run. And it sounds like we have a new pitcher coming in. Flower Shepard is going to come in for the very erratic Tyrone Gonzalez. And that brings Rob Deere to the plate, and he watches strike 1. That one's inside, 1-1. Low and inside, ball 2. Well outside, ball 3. Barely over the plate. We got a full count for Deere. Deere wasn't taking any chances. He causes an error. Runners are scared to run. But no, we do get a guy coming in. A 5th run coming in. What an inning this is turning out for the Brewers. And here's Brock. Brock not doing so well the first time he was at the plate. He watches 2 strikes. And he fouls that one away. Brock gets that into the center field. That'll load up the bases, and the runners hold up. Bases are loaded for Glenn Braggs with, I believe, 2 outs at the bottom of the second. And that's strike 1 for Braggs. Braggs hits that right up the center field line. Definitely 1 run coming in. And that's all that there's going to be off of that hit. But Braggs gets himself an RBI, and now Jim Gantner is at the plate. Jim Gantner watches that one go wildly outside, ball 1. Barely catching the inside of the plate, 1-1. Oh, that one was high. The umpire is blind out there. And this isn't looking good. Gantner is thrown out. Retire the side, stranding 3, but not without plenty of damage being done. The Brewers are now up 6-0 after 2.
Now batting, number 24.
Mark Clear is going to be facing up against Drew Straining. Drew Straining is the shortstop. Umpire says that one was high. I kind of disagree. Okay, that's 2 balls now for Clear. Three balls for Mark Clear. That one's fouled away. 1 strike and 3 balls. Whoa! I think the umpire needs glasses. He called that a ball, but that was clearly not a ball. I think Clear's in agreement. He feels he was ripped off too. Yeah, there's now a runner on first with no outs, as the umpire is clearly blind as a bat out there. All right, wild swing, strike 1. That one's hit up. And all the way back into the stands it goes. That's 2 strikes now for Flower Shepherd, the pitcher.
Inside. Foul.
And that one's fouled away. She's still behind in the count. 2 strikes and 1 ball. 2-2. And he gets her watching. Another strikeout for Clear.
Number 20, the center fielder.
Now the center fielder is up to the plate. Tugger DeOrange, who we believe has actually managed to make it to the plate at his first at bat. Ball 1. 1-1. That one fouled away. Two balls and 1 strike. Oh, that one's going high. It looks like Braggs is going to get under it. Braggs makes the play. Another out.
Now batting,
And that brings up Chewy Caboose. There's 2 outs with a runner on first. Chewy Caboose falls that one back into the stands. And it seems like he may actually need to use the restroom out there. He's got kind of an antsy stance going on there. Clear deciding to take his time. Uh-oh, we've got runners going places, and the player does not know how to actually throw to places. So, now with a runner on first and third, 2 outs, the catcher is batting. She fouls that one away, strike 1. Uh-oh, this is not good. The Brewers are imploding. 1 run comes in, 2 outs, runners on first and second, and Quick Floral is currently at the plate. Come on, Mark. Let's hold things together out there. Swaim fields that, makes the play at first, retires the side, stranding 2. 1 run comes in at the top of the third to make the score at the Motor Yard. 6 runs to 1. Brewers.
Now batting, number 21.
Bill Schroeder is now at the plate. Bill Schroeder takes the... Whoa! Did you see that play? That shortstop made a diving leap. He must have jumped like 10 feet in the air to snag that. 1 out. And Mark Clear is at the plate. He watches the first pitch go for a strike. The second pitch go for a strike. And the third pitch goes right up the center. Mark Clear is on base. Clear is clearly a batting pitcher. And now Paul Molitor is at the plate with Mark Clear at first base. Paulie watched the first one go across the plate for strike 1. 1-1 is the count for Paul Molitor. 2 strikes and 1 ball. Paul Molitor follows that one away. He's down on the count, 2-1. Paulie hits that one to the second baseman, who turns a double play. The Brewers are retired. Score is now still 6-1. And we are at the top of the 4th.
Now batting, number 59, the left fielder.
Mark Clear is still looking pretty strong out there. I think Troublehorn feels pretty safe in allowing him to continue to pitch.
Inside.
That one's fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike for Saffron Redier, the left fielder. And Gantner manages to make the play. Mark Clear covers the bag. Textbook out by our pitcher. He's doing it all out there. Mark Clear's tagging people at first base. He's fielding and stuff. Heck, he's even batting runs in. Mark Clear is having an impressive day. And that's ball 1. 1-1. High and inside, fouled away. Strike 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. And she swings at a well inside pitch. Mark Clear is definitely pleased about that. Another strikeout for the books for Mark Clear. And Everett Harshwinter is at the plate one more time.
Inside.
Narrowly inside. Ball 1. Strike 1 with a beautiful pitch, just skimming the top of the zone. 1-1 to Everett Harshwinter. Oh, that one's got some legs. That one's got distance. Oh, what a play! Did you see that? Mark Felder showing why he is the backup for Robin Yount, making some serious strides to make that play in center field to retire the side. And now Dale Swaim is at the plate. And it seems that Flower Shepherd is going to be replaced by Pee Wee Henderson, the very accurate and high velocity relief pitcher of the S people? Somebody find out the name of that team out there. Alright, it's ball one. Oh, Stalkers. People behind me say that we're facing the Stalkers. Okay, strike one. 2 balls and 1 strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to Swaim. It's a full count for Swaim. That one's well high and outside. Swaim has taken his free walk to first base, and Mark Felder is at the plate. Mark Felder watches the first one go over for strike one. 2 pitches, strike 2 for Felder. Oh, that one's hit right to the shortstop. Felder's out. Brings up Deer. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He's looking at 1 out, 1 strike, and a runner at first. And he hits that right to the second baseman. 2 outs now. Greg Brock up to bats with 2 outs and a runner at first. Greg Brock watches the first pitch go for a strike. 1-1 now for Brock. 2 balls and 1 strike to Greg Brock. 3 balls and 1 strike for Greg Brock. It's now a full count to Greg Brock. Greg Brock hits that into the center field. Runners are going places, or they should be going places. Why did they not go places? Come on, keep going, keep going, keep... Whoa, look at that play. The Brewers get another run coming in after a very near safe call at the home plate. Ball one. And strike 1 for Glenn Braggs. Strike 2. 2-1. I don't know why Braggs swung at that. That was well in the dirt, and that's going to retire the side, stranding Greg Brock. But Greg Brock did get himself a run batted in as the player in front of him wildly ran all the way to home off of his single. Yes, that's what happened. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, Drew Straining is now at bats, and Mark Clear is still looking fairly fit and locked in. Tom Troublehorn is going to continue to let Clear pitch on the mound. Strike 1 for Clear. And that one's hit right to Gantner, who makes the easy play, throwing out the runner at first. This brings up Earl Murray, the second baseman. Earl Murray hits another one to Gantner, and Gantner again makes another easy play to Molitor, retiring yet another runner. 2 up, 2 down so far, and Tugger DeOrange is at the plate. Tugger DeOrange fouls that one away. 0 balls and 1 strike to Tugger. Inside, ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Wild swing by Tugger DeOrange. And Clear is having to clear his sinuses out there. A little bit of hay fever evidently going around. And Gantner yet again snags another one, retiring 3 personally that inning. 3 up, 3 down at the top of the 5th. Brewers are still up 7-1, but we know the Brewers. Anything could happen. That brings up Jim Gantner at the plate. First pitch is well outside. Ball 1. 1-1 with that pitch going right down the middle. And another pitch going down the middle. 2 strikes, 1 ball. Gantner hits that one hard, straight to the shortstop, who got his mitt on it and caught him out. Now Bill Schroeder is at the plate. And it seems we're going to have another pitching change as Pee Wee Henderson is going to be replaced by the very sharp Christine Sharp. Yes, I'm not making this up. Christine Sharp, the relief pitcher, is coming in to take the place of Pee Wee Henderson. And that brings Bill Schroeder to the plate. Bill watches the first one go for a strike. The second one go for a strike. 2 strikes now. And he bounces that one up the center, which is grabbed by the second baseman, who easily throws him out. And Mark Clear, one of the best batters for the Brewers, is up to the plate, the pitcher. He's looking at 2 outs with the ball going straight down the pipe. Whoa, Clear was late on that one. Okay, 2 strikes and 1 ball. And Clear drops it into center field, keeping himself perfect on the day. Is that man a batter or is he a pitcher? We're not too sure. He seems to be both. And now Paul Molitor's at the plate. Paul Molitor wishing he could hit as well as Mark Clear. Strike 1 for Paulie. Strike 2 for Paulie. Ball 1. 2 strikes and a ball for Paul Molitor. Paul Molitor gets his bat on that one, and he's thrown out, stranding the amazing pitcher. But after 5, the Brewers are up 7 runs to 1. Mark Clear is back out there at the mound to continue his heroics. One must wonder if Troublehorn's going to consider taking him out at any point. That one's a ball 1. Oh no, that one's got some legs. It's got some distance. It's going. It's long gone for Chewy. Chewbacca Kaboots has just hit a home run, and a long one at that. One must wonder if that's going to make Mark Clear doubt his performance out there right now. He's been having a great game, but anytime you give up one of those, it tends to go to your confidence.
Inside.
All right, that one's inside, ball 1. That one's high, ball 2. That one's right down the pipe. 1 strike and 2 balls now to Judy Burr.
Inside.
3 balls and a strike to Judy Burr. She fouls that one away. It's now a full count. And Mark Clear seems to be showing a little sign of wear and tear out there. And Clear seems to have walked the batter.
Batting number 9, the third baseman.
And with no outs on the top of the 6th, Brewers still clinging to a 7-run to 2 lead. Tom Troublehorn is coming out to the mound. Looks like he wants to have a talk with Mark Clear. Why is Bazio the one? Okay, Chuck Krim seems all right. All right, Troublehorn has a talk with Mark Clear, but it seems that Mark wants to stay in, and Troublehorn is going to respect his pitcher and see what he can do to finish out this inning.
Inside. Inside.
2 balls now from Clear. Strike 1. Strike 2 for Clear. Okay, seems that conversation between Troublehorn and Clear is starting to pay off. He's still looking for his sign. He can't quite seem to find it here. And that one's inside to load up the count. And that one is hit hard to right, but it looks like Braggs is going to be there for it. And that's the first out, I believe, for the Brewers this inning. As the left fielder comes to the plate, Saffron Reddier. Ball 1. Strike 1-1. That was a fast one coming right down the inside of the plate, and she was just a little behind on it. She didn't expect that slider. Okay, so Clear is now up 2 strikes, 1 ball in the count against Saffron Reddier. Okay, it's 2-2 versus Saffron. Oh, and it went right past Clear. He couldn't seem to make a play on the ball.
Now batter, number 5, the right fielder.
Troublehorn is looking on very, very intently, wondering if he made the right call. There's 1 out with runners on first and second. And Clear seems to clearly be fading out there. That pitch fouled away. Strike 1. Uh-oh. There's a runner coming. Like, hey, I managed to throw it somewhere that wasn't first base, but it was a bit late, actually. So, yeah. Another run coming in. Right. 1 out. Yeah. We've done this before. We have been here before. We're gonna continue to go with Clear, and they're gonna get like 3 more runs or 4 more runs, and then we're gonna be down. We're not gonna get any more runs through the course of the game, and we're gonna lose. No way, a strike. All right, that's what we want to see. Hi. That was right. That was right. What? This umpire is blind. Okay, 2 balls and 1 strike to Christine Sharp, the pitcher. All right, she's out. So there's now 2 outs out there with runners on second and third and 2 outs. Mark Clear is facing off against the batter. And the batter's thrown out at first to retire the side, stranding, 2 or 3? Stranding a bunch. But the Brewers get out of that with their lead intact, 7 runs to 3. At the bottom of the 6th, we're going to be seeing Dale Swaim come to the plate. Strike one right over the center of the plate. Well outside, ball one. 1-1 to Swaim. 2 strikes, 1 ball to Swaim. Well, what? What? That umpire is blind. That was way outside and high. I don't know how he can. Yeah, Swaim is struck out off of an umpire that seriously needs some contact lenses. Oh, Felder swings at that one late. But Felder manages to get that one into center field. I think he's going to go up for a stand-up double. And he's a stand-up kind of guy. Mark Felder getting himself a double while he's in for Robin Yount. And that brings up Rob Deere with 1 out that should have been a walk. Rob Deere hits that one into the fans. Foul ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Deere. 2 strikes. Well inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Deere. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Deere. It's a full count. Deere exploiting the right field gap. The throw's going to home. The runner holds up at third. We now have runners at first and third with Greg Brock to bats, 1 out. What are you talking about, ump? 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 balls and a strike. 2-2. Brock hits into a double play to retire the side. And that's all she wrote for the Brewers at the bottom of the 6th. No runs coming in. It's now 7-3.
Now batting, number 7, the second base.
Mark Lear's back out there at the mound, but Troublehorn can't be serious. After Clear barely getting through the last inning, he couldn't actually let him continue on, could he?
Now pitching, number 32.
No, it looks like Chuck Krim is going to come in to try to seal the deal for the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Stalkers. Strike 1 for Krim. That one's hit to the third baseman, who makes the play. 1 out. Brings up Tugger DeOrange, who's 1 for 3 on the day with a single. Krim throws that one right down the plate, and Bill Schroeder is calling for it. Bill Schroeder makes the grab, retiring 2. And Chewy Kaboots, who is 2 for 2 on the day with a home run. Wait, 2 for 2? How's that possible? Evidently, it's possible. Oh, this is the guy who needs to use the bathroom. Right. And Chewy did it again. Out of the park. Literally. Another home run for Chewy. 500 feet over the center field wall. Krim's confused. He's not sure what happened. That brings in another run. 4-7. Milwaukee Brewers.
Inside.
Well, that one's hit high. Molitor is calling for it. Molitor makes the play. Was that Molitor? Yeah, it had to have been Molitor. Okay, so That retires the side, but the Brewers give up another run. It's 4-7 at the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting number 26, the right fielder.
Glenn Braggs is up to the plate, facing off against the sharp Christine Sharp, who throws the first pitch for a ball. The second pitch is a little outside and low, ball 2. Strike 1, says the umpire. Now it's 2-2. 2-2, and Braggs manages to foul that one away. That one's well inside to full the count. And looks like no, is that Felder? Is that Felder or Braggs? Who is that? That had to be Braggs. Braggs gets himself a walk to first base. And now Jim Gantner's at the plate. And it looks like we're having yet another pitching change. How many pitching changes has this been today? Isn't this like 6? How many pitchers do they have on that team? Okay, it looks like Crash Long is coming in for Christine Sharp. They say that Crash Long throws nothing but junk and has like no velocity whatsoever in his arm. His arm is basically spaghetti. And that one's a base hit for Gantner, which brings up Bill Schroeder with runners on first and second and no outs. Okay, that's strike 1. Uh-oh, this is not looking good. No, Schroeder hits into a double play. It's now 2 outs with Chuck Krim at the plate and somebody on third, maybe? Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 balls and a strike. 3 balls and a strike. Batter walked. The pitcher gets sent to first. It brings up Paul Molitor. Paul Molitor's up with 2 outs and runners on first and third. First pitch is ball 1. Ball 2. That one comes right over the plate. 2 balls and a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Molitor causing an error. Molitor making it to the plate. Molitor hitting the person in, getting himself a run. Oh my God, Paul Molitor managed to do something this year. We were wondering if Paul Molitor would manage to do something sometime within the next 3 games, and he's done so. Okay, somebody is at the plate, and they're now behind in the count. Okay, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes for Dale Swaim. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's now a full count with runners on first and second and 2 outs, and Dale Swaim manages to end the side. Stranding 2. But a little more damage was done by the Brewers. It's now 8 runs to 4 at the top of the 8th, with Chuck Krim pitching.
Now batting number 9, the third baseman.
I'm telling you, it's been an up and down year for those Brewers out there. Well, no, it was actually pretty much a down year, and then it came up a little bit, and then it kind of dipped off last week. But maybe we could come back up again, and if that happens, then it would be an up and down year. But at this point in time, we're wondering if Chuck Krim is going to throw a pitch. And he does, and what a pitch it was, right over the plate, strike 1. That one is exploited up to center. Felder fields it and throws it with his cannon arm to the first base. But it wasn't there in time. Easy base hit for the batter. And Chuck Krim is looking at no outs with a runner on first. Wow, what a play by Schroeder. He He nearly had the person thrown out at first before they even left the first base, but they managed to steal second base because Schroeder threw it to first base, trying to stop him before he could get started. Yes, that's what we're going to go with. Okay, there's no outs, runner on second, and 1 ball. And now there's a strike. So it's 1 strike and 1 ball with no outs and a runner on second. It's now 2 strikes after that wild swing. Oh, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls and 2 strikes. What? What? That was right down the plate. Oh, this umpire is going to, I don't know. He needs to go to get some LASIX or something. Maybe glasses, coronary surgery, heart surgery, some sort of surgery could possibly help him out there today. Just shut up and pitch, you idiot. Right, Krim manages to throw his first ball. And that one's fouled away, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. With runners on first and second, and no outs. 2 balls and a strike. Krim is actually in a little bit of danger right now. It's 2 strikes and 2 balls.
Inside.
And the first out happens with runners on second and third. Now batting is Crash Long, the new pitcher. Wait, Crash Long is being substituted. So that begs the question, how many pitchers does this team have? That one was a little high. Just narrowly missing the top of the plate.
Inside.
Barely inside. Ball 2 for Chuck Krim. That one's caught out by Gantner, who throws to first for no apparent reason, as he had already made the out. I think it was just good practice between him and Molitor, and that's 2 outs with runners on second and third. And Drew Straining is straining to be at the plate. Drew Straining fouls that away. Molitor's there. Molitor makes the play. He retires the side, stranding 2, and Chuck Krim is feeling a little bit of relief after getting out of that inning. And with that being said, the starting pitcher, Ethan Valdez, is coming in as the closing pitcher, and I believe this is our 7th pitching change of the game. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the bullpen has much more than 7 pitchers in it. I could be wrong. Now it's the bottom of the 8th, and the Brewers are up 8 runs to 4. With Mike Felder leading the charge.
Now batting, number 16, the center fielder.
Mike Felder takes the first pitch and fouls it away. Mike Felder takes the second pitch, puts it right into center field, and decides to get a stand-up double play off of that play. All right, Brewers with a runner on second and no outs. Rob Deere at the plate.
The left fielder.
Rob Deere fouls that one away. Rob Deere hits that one long and into central left field. Looks like a run's going to come in for Rob Deere as he lazily stays at first base. And that brings up Greg Brock. Greg Brock with no outs watches the first pitch go for a strike. Oh, Greg Brock, it was really late on that one. But Greg Brock makes up for that with a nice base hit into right field. Runners on first and second. No outs for the Brewers at the bottom of the 8th.
The right fielder.
Glenn Bragg's at the plate. Glenn Braggs hits that one into the right field sweet spot. And it looks like the bases are now loaded for Jim Gantner.
Number 17, the second baseman.
And no outs, mind you. Jim Gantner hits that one long, and is it going to be a sacrifice fly? Safe! Gantner manages to get a run batted in off of that sacrificial fly to right field. Now Bill Schroeder is at the plate with 1 out and runners at first and second. Bill Schroeder hits that right between the pitcher's legs. That loads up the bases once again with 1 out. And
Number 32,
Chuck Krim, the pitcher, who watches the first one go for a ball. 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to Chuck Krim. Whoa! 3 balls and a strike for Chuck Krim. It's a full count now to Chuck Krim. Chuck Krim! Oh, he sneaks that past the first baseman. Go, run, people, run! 2 runs coming in for the pitcher. And Paul Molitor at the plate with runners on first and second and 1 out. Paul Molitor hits it into the sweet spot. No! You! Yeah, go! God. Paul Molitor gets a run off of that single. And now Dale Swaim is at the plate.
27, the shortstop.
Runners on first and second. 1 out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. 2 outs now.
Number 16, the center.
Runners on first and second, and Felder is at the plate. Strike 1. High. 1-1. Ball 2 to Mark Felder. The guy I love to call Mark, but his name's actually Mike. And it's ball 3. It's a full count now to Mark Felder. And he hits that one right up the center field gap. What is this? It's safe. The Brewers have been ballsy on their runs. And they score once again. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Ball 1 to Rob Deere. 1-1 to Rob Deere. 2 balls and 1 strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to Rob Deere, with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Now it's a full count. Everything's full. With everything full, Deere manages to put it into the right field gap. Bases are loaded once again. 2 outs, and that brings up Greg Brock. Brewers have been killing this pitching squad. And that's ball 1. Ball 2. Do these pitchers know how to put it over the plate? Ball 3. Are we going to give up a run off of a walk? It's 3-1. It's 3-2. The bases are now loaded. Oh, what happened there? What happened there? I don't know what happened there. I think Greg Brock wanted to go home. That must be what happened there. So after 6 runs come in at the bottom of the 8th, the score is now 14-4 for the Brewers. Yeah. And Chuck Krim is there
Batting, number 7, the second baseman.
at the bag. It looks like you are dominating the CPU team. Yeah, have you watched my other games? No, I'm not really dominating the CPU team. That just happens to be an accidental trend happening right now. Go away. Thank you for looking out for me, though. All right, Chuck Krim fouls that one away.
Inside.
1-1. Now that one's going long to center field. Mark Felder's there, and he makes the play. 1 out.
Now batting number 20.
And that brings up Tugger DeOrange, who's 1 for 4 with a single on today. Pitcher manages to get his mitts on it and throws him out.
Number 27.
That is now 2 outs for the Stalkers. Yes, the S people, the Stalkers, have 2 outs here in the 9th inning. The game is almost over for the Brewers. But this is Chewy Caboose. If we remember right, Chewy has 2 home runs on the day. And Chuck Krim is wondering what he should do here. It seems Chewy is like begging him, just throw it right down the center of the plate with everything you got. And I think Krim's going to do it. Oh no! Chewy manages to get aboard once again.
Now
And that brings up Judy
number
Burr.
3, the catcher.
And nearly got him at first plate again. Not really. Anyone know how to throw it to a plate other than first? That would be useful to know. All right, Judy fouls that a 1 away. That's 2 strikes now for Judy. She's behind in the count with no balls. And catches her watching. The Brewers win! That's right, I said the Brewers win! I'm not kidding! The Brewers win! Yes, you're hearing that right. The Brewers pull out another win at Motor Field. That is the name of the field, right? Yes, Milwaukee County Motor Field. Exactly, the Brewers win at home. They're actually pretty good at home, I think. I think they might have only lost 2 at home and have won at least 2 at home. The Brewers are amazing at home. And the Brewers win to get another win under their belt because that's what the Brewers do. They win and win and win when they're not losing. That is. Okay, so Brewers win. Versus the S people, Stalkers, Spartans, Sociopaths, S something or another. There's 19 hits. 14 runs off of 19 hits. The Brewers did quite well at the plate today. Quite well. Amazingly well, actually. Not sure what exactly happened, but the Brewers did well. Somebody taught them to hit all of a sudden? I don't know, but they did pretty well. And Chewy Caboose had one heck of a game. 4 at-bats. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 of them as home runs, 2 runs batted in. Chewy Caboose almost batting 700 for the day. The Brewers, how did the Brewers do? Well, Mark Clear batted 833. Pretty impressive. In fact, Mark Clear had 2 runs batted in. And Chuck Krim also had 2 runs batted in. Between the pitchers, they're responsible for 4 runs batted in, which is almost more than the rest of the normal lineup. Almost. In fact, with the reliever, Mark Felder, getting 3 RBIs, if you take out the reliever from the equation, then the starting lineup got about the same amount of RBIs as the pitchers. I'm just saying, these numbers don't lie. They're a bit strange. Maybe the starting lineup for the Milwaukee Brewers needs to start to pull their heads from their anal orifices. Just to be, a polite way of putting it. Anyway, Rob Deere was okay on the day, getting 524 with 6 at-bats, 1 run, 3 hits, no home runs, 1 RBI. Rob Deere, I think, was the shining light of the starting lineup. And here's the tale of the pitching squad. Yes, there were actually 6 different pitchers today. I might have embellished a little bit when I said there was 7, but I wasn't far off. Tony Gonzalez getting the loss out of the pitching crew. Is that Tony Gonzalez? It's a T. Gonzalez. I don't know if it's Tony. And Mark Clear with the win, and Chuck Krim with the save. Both Brewers pitchers get something from today's match. That's pretty good. Go Brewers! Woohoo! All right, and here's the MVPs. Chewy Kaboots, that guy, he walks out of here with the MVP of the game, followed by Mark Felder. Yes, the reliever for Robin Yount is number 2, and Glenn Braggs rounds out the top 3. I got some star points somehow. Game says I should adjust the difficulty level. I don't think that's quite yet the case. Maybe if I get a couple of wins in a row, I'll consider it. But right now, I can't seem to put any type of wins together. I just get lucky every now and then, like this game. Okay, returning to Season Hub. And here we are. We're going to simulate the rest of this week or something along the lines. Vroom versus Soul Takers. Soul Takers are still winless. Ninja versus the Underworld. And Ninja gets away with that one. Serpents, I think, beat the Skitters. Not sure what I saw there. Something happened. Far Outback versus Maga. Wish I could slow this down a little bit. Machos versus Protectors. Jurassic versus the Outlaws. Ruff versus Bowman. And there we are. The simulations were done, and that puts the Brewers and the Jurassic at a dead heat. Both with 1 run differential, both at 3 wins and 5 losses. It doesn't get any closer than that in the run for last within your division. The Outlaws are leading ahead of the Far Outbacks and the Rockford Peaches within the Central Division. Interesting. Soul Takers are winless. In the Central Division of the National League, you have 2 pathetic teams with only 2 wins, the Underworld and the Tappers. And where else do we have a lot of pathetic teams? Well, the American League East, in fact, has 3 teams that are 2-6, a 4th team that's 3-5, with 1 team at 500. That's right. The Brewers, if they were in the American League East, would actually have a shot at winning the division, but they're not there. They're in the Central Division, sadly, and look at the run differential for the American League East. None of them are even in the positive. That's pretty amazing right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and proceed. And it looks like next time around, the Headbutts, a team even worse than the Brewers, 2 wins and 6 losses, will be facing the Brewers with 3 wins and 5 losses. That should be an exciting game, as Teddy Higuera will be coming to the stump, and Rob Deere, Glenn Braggs, and Paul Molitor are all performing adequately-ish. Yes. Is Paul Molitor really performing adequately? I don't quite know. But the game says so. And we'll be facing off against L. Newton, Y. Heaves, D. Success, and the starting pitcher, Diego Scottish. That's a confusing name, Diego Scottish. So, I would have to guess that his mother was Scottish and his father was Spanish or Mexican or something along those lines. I suppose that could work. Diego Scottish. Why not? Anyway, I'm James Johnson, aka Sulfurblade. This is my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If so, please smash that like button. And until the next game, all. Peace.